Hello, my name is Shudley and welcome back for another episode of Ep8 3 at Argentina. So in previous episode we managed to pass some laws, including the protectionism, I believe. We are now passing the right of assembly, so that will reduce the tech spread penalty that we currently have. We also, I think we did increase some of the institutions. We did switch the law enforcement, if I'm not mistaken, and a few other things. We are doing quite a bit of trading right now. We are also incorporating the... Oh, actually, we didn't start incorporating that one. Well, we should probably start that then. This one has been incorporated, at least. And our capital will be done, well, probably in about a few years. Backroom deals. Once on the fence with the issue, the industrialist view on the rise of assembly changed overnight. Petrofera names Gaspar as the architect of the hidden deal. We can stay focused on the law. I don't want to lose more authority right now, actually. But we can take a 5% hit, I think. It's not the worst. But we are also building some railways now. We did also increase the construction speed a bit further now. And the population is increasing over 30,000 per year right now. As I don't think that actually includes the... what's it called? Migration. But I just realized that we are about to get the modern sewerage, so that is going to start improving the infrastructure in places a bit. And I think what we might do, we'll complete the mechanized work. Well, the mechanized workshop is going to be done fairly shortly anyway. We'll help with the realism, I think. And after that, we'll figure out, like, I wouldn't mind getting quinine for the extra colonial affairs so we can colonize the areas faster. That would be rather handy. Alternatively, there is, of course, a lot of other things. There's the corporate charters. That would allow us to have a company. Ooh. That would be quite handy. Although I don't know if we have any companies available yet, really. Probably not too many, at least. We could help with the military techs at least a little bit, or we could wait until we get the mechanized workshop, then maybe help with the baking powder or chemical bleaching, because that is going to be the next one in there. We'll just wait and see what happens. But we are now getting the railway in about a year, well, less than a year now, I suppose. Modern sewerage completed. So construction section max level is increased. We get more infrastructure per 100,000 population. And we're going to have another 20 max infrastructure from population alone. Less pollution effects, land trade capacity is increased, and max weekly construction progress. So that means that we're going to have more construction going into one project. That's about it. We're still going to have the construction available, I think. Well, actually... Yeah, we still need to have that available. Oh, but there we go. Mechanized workshop. So that's, first of all, let's go to the... textile mills. We'll start using a bit of tools and dyes, but we'll get a whole lot more clothing available. And then furniture, we can also increase the production a decent bit. And we'll also put in the precision tools for the luxury furniture, I think. There we go, that's going to be quite nice. We are getting another level for textile mill in here. We don't have the silk yet, although I suppose we could try buying some silk. Oh, law progressive voting. Very nice. On the other hand, if there is a huge demand for clothing still, which there is still pretty high. Oh, there's the realism. So more prestige. Very good. Right, so it's getting chemical bleaching. I suppose we could help with the chemical bleaching real quick. After that, we'll have a look at what is spreading in the society text. If we get quinine, that would allow us to do the colonies faster. Nationalism would allow us to get some more authority. But what is it spreading? Oh, psychiatry. I mean, workers' population cost multiply isn't too bad either. So we'll maybe queue that one after the chemical bleaching. And then maybe we'll go ahead and go back to the production and get the baking powder completed. So we can get even more groceries produced for all the sugar that our market has. Because I do believe we got, yeah, we got a decent bit of sugar in there. It's not a huge amount. Ooh. 4 huddled masses. Oh, right. A mass immigration from Hesse Castle to Buenos Aires. Okay, well, I'll take the population boost. So is that... No, that's not... Okay, well, fine. So North German Federation isn't the thing yet. But we already got a 900,000 population in our capital. Did we... Oh, there we go. The infrastructure over here has been fixed. Over here, it's slightly better. It's not huge yet, but it's slowly improving at least. Or an emulation. It says that the Guarani have seen its policies of rise of assembly have been noted by supporters of Gaspar, who point towards it as an example ideal government. Guarani is the state that we're currently colonizing, to be fair. We can get 10% success chance, or we can get, okay, rule folk would hate this, but they are pretty happy still, so we can actually take that one. There's less time required and better chance of passing the law, so I think that's alright. So in Alto Paraguay, there is, other than some logging and a little bit farming, there's not that much in there. Patagonia, over here we are going to get some coal and sulfur mines. To be fair, we don't have any of those yet. We could maybe get a coal mine in here. I think that would be quite profitable. Have a little bit of work for the people in there, at least. Hopefully the Rise Assembly will be done soon. We already got a pretty good tech spread. 32 to 96. That's not bad at all. And we'll get an extra 10% onto those numbers, I think, once we complete the... Oh, well, there we go. Speak of the devil. So yeah, 35 to 105. So that is actually a pretty good tech spread overall. Of course, our litter rate isn't too bad. The chemical bleaching is going to be done probably been about a year or so, maybe a bit more than that. We could perhaps go ahead and get a university in Cordoba. Get a bit more innovation and also a bit more qualification. That is another hub for industries, regardless, so that does help. We don't have the chemical bleaching out available yet, but that is going to allow us to get more porcelain. Is there any trade routes that aren't active? Okay, we're still importing some lead from Austria, but I guess we don't really need it, do we? Well, we kind of do. If we don't have that one, I suppose Chile is at least getting some more work for their lead mines then. Oh yeah, there we go, that's producing full speed. They don't have any down there yet. Well, we don't have a lead mine yet at all, actually. We could maybe build one in here. We'll go ahead and use all the good stuff. Well, not all the good stuff. Oh, that reminds me. Is there... Well, I suppose the logging camp, we could use the transportation because that is local price. That will reduce the amount of slaves, or potentially slaves needed in there. Same over here. We could... Well, actually, we don't have the transportation all that much in here. Over here in Buenos Aires, we do have a pretty good amount. And the railway... Did we... No, we didn't build one yet. We got one being built there, though. The Arts Academy still isn't a huge demand. We could actually go with the realistic art, though. Produce even further. And maybe we could go independent artists. Reduce the... Well, maybe essentially increase the intelligence's power, most likely, with the academics, but that's alright. We've got 1.8 million population, so I think we'll be hitting... Before the end of the decade, we'll be hitting 2 million, I reckon. We've got 11.8 standard of living, so that's been growing quite nicely as well. We're not trying to pass any laws right now. How about if we were to try passing the slavery ban? The landowners would still radicalize from that, so that's a problem. Total separation of religion could maybe help. Admittedly, Petit Bourgeoisie would oppose that, and so would Catholic Church. And that would cost us... hold on a bit. What does the Catholic Church give us as a bonus right now? It is the 10% authority. Ooh, I don't really want to lose that one right now. So we'll keep the Catholic Church happy. Let's see. So we got the dedicated police force. We could go to agrarianism, but that's probably not going to be that much better for us, I'll be honest. We've got migration controls. We could close the borders, but I'd rather not do that one. So I don't think there's, other than schools maybe, we could try going to the private schools or even the public schools. That would be the same thing as the religious schools in terms of education access, but more assimilation rather than conversion. But the church would hate that one as well. There's no institute, well, I suppose there's law enforcement institution that we could increase, but I don't think we need to worry about that too much right now. But we're about to start getting the railways. The first one is, well, it should be done very shortly actually. 8 weeks. Now 7. So that will get done. Oh, and now we don't have obligation on Uruguay anymore. Do we have any more else that we could maybe try inviting? Well, we could improve relations, let's say, with the Prussians. And then invite... Oh, change to our customs union. Neither one of the... Oh, Peru, Bolivia. Whose market are you in right now? The Russian market. Oh. No, you should be in our market. But anyone that we could maybe invite? No, not yet. I think Paraguay is probably the closest, but even there we're not that close. There's some ideological differences right now that we are kind of having to deal with. Oh, that reminds me. We should probably go ahead and in the... Actually... development railways. Yeah, we can put wooden passenger carriages to get more transportation. There we go. That is something we'll need desperately. How's the infrastructure in here? So it's still 4 points more or less. It's actually about 4.3. So it's not quite as bad as it might seem at first, but it's still pretty bad, all things considered. So what are we missing a lot? Oh, there's the artillery. Oh, are we producing artillery now? And also there's the... I suppose we don't need the Venezuelan iron right now. We can get cheaper iron from Prussia and in larger quantities. So I'm guessing Uruguay is producing now some artillery at least. Yeah, they are producing a decent bit. 24. That reminds me, do we actually have in our army... Is it mobile artillery? It is mobile artillery. We could maybe improve our infantry from line infantry to skirmish infantry. That'll probably help. The munitions plant is... oh, there's not enough production there. We might need our own munitions plant then. But we can't build that yet, actually, so that's going to have to wait. Which means that the military goods price is going to be pretty high. We could increase taxes. Ooh, patronize a realistic art completed. Aha. Let's get a building throughput plus 15% for 5 years. We can capture reality even more perfectly. Or we can get some progress on camera, that would be quite handy. I'll take the camera progress, actually. So improved relations with Prussia. I don't know how quickly that will go through, but it is improving. 11.9 standard of living already. Okay, that's pretty decent. Our GDP is about 4 million, so that's also increasing slowly. Now, especially once we start to get a little bit more of these railways and such, that will no doubt help. Actually, is there... well, no, not there. Yeah, the ammunition price is pretty high. I suppose one of the things that we could do, instead of going with the baking powder, we'll go ahead and get the logistics and percussion cap after that. I think we've got... yeah, that's the... well, it's not the last tier 2, but it's one of the last tier 2 techs in the military category as well. So did we actually upgrade both of the... yes, all the furniture manufacturers are now producing accordingly. We could get the mechanized looms. We don't actually need those right now. We've still got workforce available in these two states. It's just the infrastructure over here is a problem, but we're getting the railway there soon, so that will fix it. And over here we've got infrastructure of 100. Oh, wow. Well, that's pretty decent. The explosive factory isn't in a huge use right now. There's actually very little workers there right now. I suppose if we were to get a bit of, well, the nitroglycerin, that would give us a bit more iron. It would require a bit of explosives, though, and it would increase the mortality rate a bit, or quite a bit further. So I'd rather avoid it for the time being. The colonies to the north are at least progressing, and also Buenos Aires is fairly close to complete. I think it might be done by the end of the century. Not century. Well, definitely by the end of the century, but no, by the end of the decade. Maybe. We're getting still about the same colonization speed in here as we were before. So it might take still quite a while before we complete any of these. But I suppose once we complete the Buenos Aires colony, then that's going to speed up the colonies that we still have ongoing. So that'll be quite handy, I suppose. So chemical plating is almost done. The ammunition price is still very high. But I suppose the munitions plant, now that there's a huge demand for it, they might start producing a bit more. There are actually a bit more sell orders. Who is selling? Is that trade routes? Yeah, it's mostly trade routes. Okay, and I don't think it's even my trade routes. No, not really. So what do we have? Okay, the explosives in Argentinian market, we're not producing any yet. Oh. Right, because there's not enough demand for it. Because the munitions plant isn't using all that much. Fair enough. Well, chemical plating is about to be done. That's going to allow us to get a bit more porcelain production, which I believe... oh, Brazil declared rivalry again. Alright then. So I'm pretty sure that class works. So if we get the bone china, that's going to reduce the glass production quite a bit. There we go. We can get that. That's going to require a bit more dyes, but that's fine. The glass price is actually going to be fairly high right now then. But I suppose that just means that we'll have a bit more demand for the stuff. And eventually we'll get the houseware plastic size, I guess. We're getting a... oh, are we getting a dye plantation in here? Oh, yeah, we are. I mean, there's plenty of agriculture room in here, so that works. And that population is 500,000 in there. We've got almost 1 million already in our capital. That's also doing pretty good, decent in there. Have we managed to get... well, I suppose we don't have a railway in here yet. So, how much does Brazil have troops? They got 79. We might want to increase our army size, but we don't have the munitions, really, to make it worthwhile. Plus, we're losing a bit of money. I'm just going to go and increase the taxes. It will reduce the legitimacy a little bit, but it's not that bad. Arming the natives. We should probably de-escalate things a little bit. Ooh, logistics unlocked. There we go. So we only got 12 battalions in here. We got 8 skirmish. I suppose what we could do is maybe get a bit more skirmish infantry. At least for us. So we'll go 10 infantry, 2 artillery and 2 cavalry. Might not be the best, but it's at least a bit of troops, and will give us a bit more prestige as well. So maybe we can start slowly catching up with both Peru, Bolivia, and Brazil. So anyways, Peru, Bolivia's GDP is 5.5 million, so we don't usually want them to join in our market quite yet until we are bigger than them. What about Paraguay? Could we invite you already? We could form a trade agreement. The customs union they would not take yet. Alright then. I'm sure that if we just increase the markets in general quite a bit, it'll probably help a lot already. It looks like the colonization up here is still... it's going fine. We haven't gotten the colonization right in there, but I suppose that's just how it is. I can't declare wars or anything like that. Once the volatility gets high enough, there might be another war against them. So did we queue up a railway in here? We did, okay. So once we get the one in Cordoba, then there's going to be one in Tucumán, and then the one in Mendoza. And after that, we might start getting railways in other areas as well. But we've got quite a bit of construction work underway here, so that will probably keep us rather busy for a good while. The whistle-stop tour. Campaigning by rail is a smart move, yeah, I suppose that is. It will reduce the production of transportation a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be that bad. So at least the transportation cost in Buenos Aires isn't too bad. It's slightly higher than the base price, but it's not that bad. Over here in Cordoba, once we get the railway built, that'll probably fix a lot of the issues. We don't have any other urban centers yet, do we? No, I mean, we have mostly focused the population and industries in 2 states right now, so that makes most of the difference there. Oh, we're getting a food industry in Mendoza. Okay. Well, they do have a wheat farm there, I suppose. I guess that does help. And we are 3 to 5 weeks away from the psychiatry. That's coming along quite nicely. Then in the production, we could maybe help with the... Oh, right. In military, we already got... Oh, yeah, percussion cap is spreading to us, so we'll get that. Maybe we can then get the baking powder. And after that, it's going to get some other things. But we do want to have our own munitions plant at some point. Oh, we actually got a little bit extra authority right now. What do we have in the decrees? Oh, psychiatry done. There we go. On the other hand, we could always just go and put in another consumption tax. Luxury furnish, for example, that would be pretty good. We can then lower the taxes in general. Oh, Prussia is improving relations. Alright then. That's quite handy. Corporate charters are spreading to us. Oh, that is actually something we do want. So maybe we'll get these 2 and then we'll go for the corporate charters. I don't know. Well, let's actually have a look. Can we found any other corporations or companies? Attainable companies? Potential companies? Okay, so these are the ones that we should be able to get, maybe? Ah, right, we get the railway, so that would be... Oh, wheat farms building, livestock ranch building, okay. Interesting. And then railways probably get a bit of boost as well. And there's the grain consortium, agriculture company, fabrics, plantations, silk and dyes, premium orchards, fishery, premium forestries, Argentinian oil combine, ooh, gold conglomerate, that would be quite handy. Metal producers, minerals, food conglomerate. Ooh, there we go, election done. Alright, oh, okay, industrialists didn't even... Oh, they would want to join the civic union, okay. Well, I guess that's alright. Would that allow us to get the slavery ban any faster? Probably not. The landowners would still be very upset about that. We could try getting the small welfare, but that would actually also anger... Well, not really anger, but it would be mildly upset, or upsetting for the landowners. On the other hand, let's actually have a look at landowners. And I think we need to have a look at how bad is the modifiers in here. No, overview. So the happiness, they are going to get a +3 from the censure or right assembly and local police force. So if we wait those to go over, we can then get the slavery ban maybe. So we'll just wait on passing any laws for a little bit. Oh, intelligentsia is no longer powerful. The industrialists are. So GDP is 4.3 million. I suppose that's the highest that we've been to right now, I guess. Standard of living is... Oh, it has been to 12 at one point there. Inefficient agriculture. We could probably follow the advice on Santa Fe. So we'll get maybe a little bit more people moving in, hopefully. It's got 90,000 people right now, but that is actually an increase in migration. Oh, that's a huge increase in migration there. Also, we did have some of the German pops moving into Buenos Aires. Oh, yeah, North Germans make 7.5% of the population of capital state. Alright then, we do have 2 million GDP in there. That's actually not bad. How much does it compare to the... It is not the highest GDP in our market, but it is pretty high. So we got the railway in Cordoba, and now the transportation price over here is basically nothing. We're going to go ahead and use it rail transportation in the logging at least. And also maybe the things like dye plantation, or actually is there anything that... The sugar plantation doesn't have a lot of people there yet, so if we put that one in there, it reduces the workers needed a lot, so that might actually help. Maybe the vineyard we could do... Well, no, I don't know if we need to reduce the workers there too much. Urban center... Oh, right, that's already got the thing. Alright then, well, that means there's a lot of cheaper transportation available, so I guess that's good. And now we're getting the railways in Tucumán, so that will hopefully allow us to get the infrastructure fixed, Actually, is there... Oh, yeah, there's now a lot of infrastructure available in Cordoba, and there's also a decent bit of population there, so that can start industrializing a lot further. Right, let's have a look at the diplomatic actions again. So we can improve relations. Well, there's not that many that we can improve relations with, actually. Customs Union. Venezuela doesn't want to join in. Paraguay doesn't want to join in. Is there anything else that we could do with Paraguay? We could form the defensive pact, I suppose. But that's about it. I don't know if that's a really good idea right now. We could try bankrolling them. It would cost us a little bit. Maybe we'll just save the money for the time being. The food industry in Mendoza is about to be completed. There is a bit of an infrastructure problem there, but it's not actually that bad. They've got 100,000 people living in there right now, so that does help with some of it. They got a bit of peasants available, so their food industry will be available to get operational, or be operational at some point. That'll be very handy, actually. So Buenos Aires is... there's still a few more places that need to be colonized. In the north, we've started taking a bit larger area in here. We could even have some logging camps in here if we really wanted to. Or on the other hand, we could take something like a rice farm or something. Or the livestock farm. That would really be worthwhile. I think the logging camp is probably going to be a smart option. A bit of tools, a bit of transportation perhaps. Maybe over here we can say no roads or no transportation used for that one yet. Because we don't have any transportation available. But that will make it slightly cheaper. Oh, did we? We didn't change all of them, did we? No, only some of them. Oh, and we can't improve relations with Prussia any further. Oh, diplomatic ties with Prussia lost. Oh, speaking of diplomatic ties, no, we can't declare any more interest yet. I suppose one of the things that we could do, though, is go for the Navy and get another frigate somewhere down the line. It's going to take a while before we get to that, to be fair. But we will start increasing our fleet size and army size a little bit. And that way we can get the extra prestige, and hopefully we can overtake Brazil in prestige at some point. Ooh, enact public schools. There's quite a bit of support for it. Catholic Church would oppose it, of course, but that's to be expected. I think we can go for the public schools now. That will reduce the sort of more conservative parties' support a little bit. We have... Oh, raising concerns. Catholic Church or industrialists? I guess we can improve relations with Catholic Church a little bit to make sure that we don't get the minus 10% education access. So that would be a bit bad, arguably. Oh, there we go. There's no... Well, there's still probably a bit of shortage of iron right now in our market, but it's not the worst. There is... Is that only my... Oh, yeah. I've got the only steel mill in our market right now. Alright, then. Well, I suppose there's not really demand for a lot of extras. So how are we getting the tech? So the percussion cap is going to be 8 to 13 weeks. And after that, it's going to be the baking powder, then the corporate charters. So that will... We're actually going fairly good in terms of tech right now. I mean, we've got a fairly good tech spread, so that definitely helps. And of course, the fact that we got 55% literary rate already. It could be higher, admittedly, but it's not the worst. We've got 12.1 standard of living, so that's also doing pretty good in here. Let's have a look at the situation in the world. So Prussia is fighting... Oh, right, they've basically united most of Germany already. They're fighting a war, or at least they got a diplomatic play against the French. And it looks like ammunition prices starting to be a bit high. But yeah, there's the fighting between Prussia and France. Egypt did lose a bit of lands. They've also lost some... oh, wow. Yeah, there's treaty ports both in Egypt and Ottomans from the USA. Heavenly Kingdom is still as they were before. Oh, popular play rise. Yes, we'll get the prestige. We want to have the prestige. Oh, there we go. Now we're 25. I don't suppose that gives us... No, that doesn't give us interest directly. I think especially if we get a bit more naval power, then that will allow us to have more of the interest area, or areas of interest, if you will. So the percussion gap is going to be done soon. There we go. We could go ahead and queue up the... Actually, we could probably get the munitions plant over here. Just for the heck of it. Although, I suppose the explosives would be cheaper over there, so it might be slightly better option, but it's alright. So Tucumán is going to get the railway done fairly shortly. That will start fixing the issues of market access, and then the population will probably start increasing a lot because there's going to be a lot of work available. The payment is probably not too bad over here either. We could maybe get the gold mine in here. Actually, once we can get that, we can reduce the workers required on each of these as well. Oh, we already got that, didn't we? Well, how much is it producing yet? Not a lot. There's not a lot of people working there yet. But I suppose these might be slightly better jobs at least. And of course, if we were to put in the rail transportation for the mines already in here, that will definitely reduce the workers needed. There's going to be a little bit unemployed who can then either go work at the gold mines or, well, I suppose, mostly at the railway right now to get the transportation needed. And that will start fixing the issue. How's the... Okay, there we go. The infrastructure is increasing, so the market access is back to 100%. Do we still have... Okay, Mendoza is 83%, so that's something that we will need to be working on. But we are building the railway there now, so that will get sorted. And we are... Okay, 10 to 18 weeks about away from the baking powder, so that's actually really good. But the fact that the spread is like up to twice as much what we get weekly from innovation... It means that our innovation is quite small to what we should be having. But it's just that the small population doesn't make it a little bit difficult. Oh, there we go. Public schools is all approaching study. We got 2.15 million population. It has slowed down the colony spread over... Actually, overall, the colony spread has slowed down a little bit. I'm hoping that that is going to recover, especially once we get the Buenos Aires completed. There's going to be... I don't know how many. There's probably 4 in here, or maybe 5, so that's probably about 6 total. That we still need to do. It does take a while, but if we can complete those sooner rather than later, then that's going to free up a bit of the colonization capacity that we have for other areas. And GDP is 4.4 million, so it's slowly improving, especially with the new railways and all that. No doubt it's going to be helping a lot. So is the population increasing in here? It is a little bit. At least there's no migration going away from the area anymore. So that's definitely helping. And of course, we can eventually get another gold mine in here, but I think we might want to get another iron mine first. Or, I suppose, a lead mine. Did we build a lead mine? We're building a lead mine over here in Juju. I don't think that's how it's pronounced, to be fair. I suppose that would be like... Uhui? I don't know. I don't speak Spanish, so I do apologize. Alright, so the railway in Mendoza is still going to take about a year. Not ideal. The private sector is building another tooling workshop in Mendoza. Oh. And then a dye plantation in Cordoba. I mean, I suppose, is there demand for a lot of dyes? Not really. I suppose there's local consumption for it, so it kind of makes sense. There's a lot of demand for engines right now. Oh, there's the baking powder. Ooh, actually, let's go ahead and upgrade the food industries to use more sugar then. And a bit more grain, of course, but the... Oh, sugar price is actually going to go up quite a bit. Right then, well, that's fine. We'll get a whole lot more groceries. And we will upgrade both of those. Because that is going to be a whole lot more food available. It will probably start improving the standard of living even further. Actually, if we have a look at the... Okay, they pay a little bit extra on grain, but it's actually not that bad, all things considered. So they pay a lot for grain and tobacco. Furniture. Furniture price is actually pretty high still. Ooh, extra teachers. We get 24% average success chance. I feel this is a... If it's proportional to the Argentine literacy rate in incorporated states. Ah, okay. Or we can just, you know what? We must not let this detract from other work. I don't want to lose the throughput on plantation agriculture that much. We'll still get 12% success chance, so it's not that bad. The radical numbers are steadily climbing there, which is not ideal. At least the Catholic Church isn't fully opposing us. That does help. We're almost at 100 prestige. Which is still probably way less than what, for example... Yeah, we're not that far behind Peru-Bolivia, actually. But we are behind them. And then, of course, Brazil. So Paraguay, would you still be... Or still not be interested in joining the customs union? Nope, you don't want to join in there yet. We could maybe get the defensive pact. We'll take the defensive pact. Offer obligation. And then there might be a chance that at least the relations will go up. So maybe there's a chance that they'll be taking the offer to join in. And that would be a little bit more areas that would be part of our market. How is the Paraguay market anyway? They need a lot of porcelain, luxury clothing, wood. So what do they have a lot? Not a lot of anything. They got a bit of paper, some hardwood, tobacco, some dyes, a lot of fabric, fruits. Alright then, so at least they got food. I guess that helps. Meat price is starting to be pretty low, actually. And the coffee price is very low. The wine price is very low, but I suppose partially because there's not that much population in our market yet. So we're getting the tooling workshop in Mendoza, and that's going to be completed very shortly. And it's also going to require a bit more steel. Actually, one of the things that we might want to do is, well, maybe the private sector will take care of it, but the tooling or the steel mill could probably be increased in size. We could maybe get another coal mine in Mendoza as well after the, well, eventually. Although I suppose there's always a chance that the private sector will take care of that. Because, well, we are going to get a coal mine, actually. Ooh, setback. Oh, dear. That's unfortunate. But I do see that we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like or subscribe if you haven't already. Also got the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.